addicted to frozen food porn. He has even introduced my husband to it. I'm just glad this story has a happy ending. This addiction is hard to resist.
All right. What is up, everybody? All right. I think we are live. Yep, we're good to go. Oh, good God. How do I do this? There it is. Pop out chat. Can't hear you. Um.
In Illinois.
There's pictures.
All right. How about now, guys?
Kenny.
Oh, they could only hear you, Kenny.
Oh, Kenny.
Now we're all.
You done busted
Okay.
it.
Kenny wanted all the credits
Oh, I hear
for
Yeah.
all of our witticisms.
All the
One of the
Kenny, all the
narcissists
time.
as the host. We would get
That's what the people
Freem
want.
to be the host.
An hour and a half of just me talking.
Yes, but you could just, you could do the,
Very
the old
echoey.
telephone game for us. You could just tell them what. Oh, and now Nate said pizza cone.
Hey, Fug. First Tuesday of every month, brother.
This Tuesday kind of crept up on everybody, I think. Between the live show for the
Better
anniversary
marketing.
show
Been like
being a
this
little
for
later in
years.
the month, and
Oh, yeah.
people being at Achievement Fest.
This one definitely snuck up on
You
me.
get confused
Right,
by
exactly,
which
the other live
finger is
one.
your ring finger, so...
This
There
one
is an
definitely snuck
ins-
up on me. Like, I wasn't completely ready to stream this because, like, 2 weeks ago we just did the live show.
Why would I be hearing
Right.
an echo? Oh.
Wait,
There's
they
an
hear
Instructables page
Well,
for pizza cones.
Twitch
they
opened
hear
several
an echo?
times. Oh, I hear an echo.
Oh
Yeah, Neo, I'm with you. I can't believe it's August already too. Like it's
There you go.
everything's just flying by.
It really is.
Oh, thanks for coming on, volunteering to come on about Achievement Fest, Rocker. Nice of you.
Please don't.
Jerk
Please
face.
don't join. That's gonna mess the cameras up.
He doesn't know how to get into... Oh, wait.
Corey knows
So-
all about that. Now, click.
You don't need an invite, brother.
Kill the permissions. Don't let him join.
Oh, I already killed permissions. He has no power here.
Show up.
He has no power here.
All right.
Oops.
Oh, I gotta make a video too, man.
You
No,
gotta do
that's
what?
not. That's not how that works, Corey. You know that if you were to join in, it would have 5.
You know, our
people.
names are not here, so what's the difference?
It would still mess everything up. I have this set
Forgot to
up
put
for
our
4
names.
people, and that's it.
There's a button.
There's a
Yeah,
button.
There's a butt-ton of buttons.
I mean, I could do it janky way, but like, it won't have this nice frame like it does. That's completely, you know, out of position.
Okay, so those pizzas are ice creams.
Okay, you'll have to tell me
These
about that
pizzas,
later,
They're
Corey.
pizzas.
It looks
Pizza
delicious.
cone.
I get it.
I know.
They sound like something that would be sold in a baseball stadium or something like
Yeah.
that.
Wait, what? The
Like, you
pizza
know,
cones?
Pizza
I-
cones.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, at City Field they sell pizza cupcakes, and they're like
Pizza
little cupcakes, but they're
cupcakes?
entirely pizza.
Oh yeah.
Are they stuffed?
They
Waffle
are.
ice cream.
Oh, okay. Well, see, that makes more sense.
I mean, all pizza is really good pizza, unless there's like veggies on it. Then it's bad pizza.
No, untrue, untrue. Not all pizzas are created equal. Although
Now
we did
wait
just
a
watch
minute.
this man down a Lunchables
Oh,
pizza before we started recording.
Not
so
all pizzas are created
standards
equal.
low.
I
Disgusting.
said almost
I
all
couldn't-
pizzas are good. Are
I
good.
could not hear the air quotes there, Michelle. So you have to make them a little more audible.
Oh,
Pizza. He ate a pizza.
Hey, Lunchables are delicious. They are awful and they are delicious. They taste like the $1.50 you spent on them.
I mean, maybe if that thing was made out of gummy, if it was like a gummy pizza, I'd be okay with that. But
a gummy pizza is a thing, I'm sure.
oh yeah, it is.
Wouldn't be
yeah.
surprised.
You go to Ocean City. they
There are
have 'em all
dessert
the time.
pizzas too.
Hey, I made a dessert pizza. I did the epic mealtime dessert
You-
pizza. It was delicious.
Oh, I remember you talking about that.
It is absolutely diabetes on a plate.
All right, Neil's got a controversial take. He says it's not pizza if it doesn't have pepperoni or if it does have pineapple. I feel like this is one of those logic puzzles you're given in like ninth grade math.
But who's sitting next to the killer? I don't know.
I agree with that second part, but also I don't like pineapple, like period. So pineapple does not belong on pizza.
Oh, pineapple's good on pizza. If you have it
It's-
with like
Pineapple. Oop, good.
drop the ham and go with like pineapple and hamburger or pineapple and pepperoni, and that's super yummy.
Oh, you just divided by zero in Neo's
This is
world.
not okay.
You
For
can't
real,
have
though.
pepperoni and pineapple. That's
Yeah,
like
may have just
Fruit.
killed him.
Fruit is its own thing. It doesn't belong with anything else other than fruit.
Well,
I like
isn't
fruit.
a tomato technically a fruit? I mean,
I don't. You stop it now. I don't like
So-
fruit
Sauce
in a
is
cake.
different than
Don't like-
tomato.
sauce is
Yeah.
okay.
But
Okay, well then put
people
the
break out,
pineapple
like
in your sauce.
strawberry cakes. That's gross.
No,
That's
but the
fine.
problem
Squeeze
is
a
it's
little
still
pineapple.
pineapple. Pineapple is just gross.
But you said it doesn't matter because it's the sauce. So put it in the sauce. Now you've got a pineapple chutney sauce.
But then you ruined the sauce.
And you've got
If you put pineapple in the sauce, you ruin the sauce.
well, so yeah, we'll put it in the
Yeah,
crust. Then.
bacon and chicken sounds good.
See, I
Make a
like I
plate
said,
out
I
of
feel like these are all
I-
the decisions.
See what?
All right, enough about pineapple pizza. Just
Get to
enough.
the, just get to the Ducky race.
Just get to the ducky races.
The show is done. Pineapple on pizza.
All
Pineapple.
right, pizza with
Ugh.
bell peppers by 571.
Ugh.
Green peppers are
Delicious.
a great pizza
What's
topping.
that? Bye.
Underrated pizza topping.
I'd like to know. Welcome. Bye. 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 Bye.
See,
Peppers and onions are delicious. I could tell by your physique that you don't understand what these things are, but peppers and onions are amazing. Foods are good.
I don't like
I like
peppers and onions on
mushrooms.
pizza, though. I do like mushrooms on
You ever
pizza.
tried it?
I did, or
I
I
like
have.
mushrooms on pizza.
Mushrooms are good too.
I love
Have you-
mushrooms.
Have you ever had a margarita pizza, Fufu?
I have had it before. I couldn't tell
Gonna
you
tell us
what
he
was
doesn't-
on it.
He's
Okay.
gonna tell us he doesn't drink, so he's never had it.
It's really amazing.
I'm
It's
waiting for it.
it's revolutionary. It's tomatoes and mozzarella, and maybe some basil.
Fooled again.
Oh wait, is that where like they put chunks of mozzarella and then like an
Yeah.
entire basil
yeah.
leaf?
Yeah,
Oh,
some
never
olive
mind. That's
oil.
trash. I hate
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Because it's like
Oh,
first
man,
bite,
controversial takes
oh,
are just flying.
it's
over
bread
here.
and sauce. Second bite, it is just mozzarella.
Ugh.
Third bite, why am I eating a salad now? Oh, it's no.
No, you're right. The Armor pizzas are top tier. You're right.
Ma pizza.
You know, I don't eat bacon, but I know a top tier pizza that my that people around my neighborhood like is the chicken bacon ranch pizza.
Depends on where you get it from.
That's a popular one.
It's either really, really good or really, really bad. Depends.
Well, it depends. Did the ranch come off of the back of a truck, or did you actually pay?
Like
you know,
what, or was
US
it
money
fresh
for
from the
that?
farm? Like
Like,
depends on the ranch. All right, seems there's
Right.
agreement here.
Was it the Hidden Valley Ranch, or is it just the ones in plain sight?
Oh
That-
man,
that
how not
matters.
to be seen.
All
Hey,
right, so I
Uncle.
guess this applies to Nate only since it's a
Okay.
regional restaurant. But have you been to Pizza John's?
Yes, I have been to Pizza John's once.
So good. See, for me,
I-
it's right. It's basically up the street. Like it's in my area, so I've been there lots of times. It's so good. I was wondering if he's been there.
I think I've been to a Pizza John's
I-
one time.
Well, there's only one store, so it's not a franchise whatsoever. They refuse to franchise it. I guess they like hate money or something.
Is that the Square Pizza?
Hmm.
No, it's not the Square one in Baltimore. Okay.
No, it's in Essex.
I completely agree with Saucy's take that blue cheese is superior to ranch. So
Oh, what's wrong?
I'm with you on that.
Wait.
I wouldn't know, Kenny.
Blue cheese, you
I
have to
wouldn't
have
know.
buffalo chicken to have blue cheese. You can't just put it randomly. That's weird.
Wait,
All right,
are
did
you
we get
talking about?
our food talk for the week?
Are you talking
might
about
have.
blue
This is the
cheese on
show.
pizza?
This is the show.
No, you can. I've had blue cheese on pizza when it's like a buffalo chicken pizza. They'll
never
put
had that.
blue
Sounds good.
cheese on it. It's good.
Okay, I guess there you go. In podcast discussion, I put the Pizza John's, Nate.
Okay, I will check that out.
For oh wait, I guess if Freaky hears us, he can go now. Okay.
He can give you a live report.
Should we get started?
What does everyone want to talk about this week?
Yeah, I think we should get started.
I guess we really didn't like start
Everyone
the
play any
show
games?
proper.
No, we didn't start the show proper. There was no introduction. We just went right into food talk.
See, Michelle wanted this to be now, and then we start the show proper. That way, all that
not Papa
BS
John's is
isn't
different,
on the podcast.
I think they're talking about
exactly
Pizza
right.
John's, which is different from Papa John's.
Yes, Pizza John's is very, very different than Papa John's. Pizza John's
have
is like
toys.
I will
quality
say-
pizza. You see them make the dough, see them make the sauce and everything. Papa John's is like barely pizza. It's good, but it's barely pizza.
I will set aside my feelings on Papa John's as a pizza, but that garlic sauce they give with it is top tier.
That
I
is, as the kids say,
100% agree.
fire. Yes. It's
Yep.
lit. They do, I don't know.
I'm going to clip Nate just
Somebody
saying
make
it's
that a
lit.
sound. Yes.
Just exactly. I'm gonna make it a soundbite.
And let's get to the Ducky races.
And that's the show. Good night,
That's
everybody.
right,
Ducky
buddy.
races are coming now.
Oh my goodness. All right. Yeah, let's start the show proper. That way we actually can do this. Okay, yeah. Hello and welcome to
Give yourself
Achievement
a time
Hunting
code.
101. Yes, please do give me a time code. I'm
right.
Fufu Cuddly Poof, and this is level 210. Joining me tonight is Maychart,
Hello.
Koosh Moose,
Hello.
and Big L.
Yo, what up? This is Chivo Guides.
No, this is Achievement
puberty,
Hunting
finally.
101. It's no, this is Patrick. That's the right response to that. So, who's hungry? You guys want to talk about pizza? No.
It depends.
Don't
Is it
need
in
to
a
hit
cone
record
or in a
now.
little
This
plastic
is on Twitch, preserved.
Tupperware?
No, we're not going to talk about food. That was for the pre-Twitch talk. You can go on YouTube or Twitch and see the VOD, and you can hear about all of our pizza takes. But yeah, topic of discussion. I think Michelle was going to pose the question this week.
Yeah, I am. So, as many of you likely know, especially within Discord, this past weekend was Achievement Fest. And Achievement Fest is a annual event where a bunch of achievement hunters from around the country get together in the middle of nowhere, Indiana, and play video games for like 72 hours. And it's awesome, and the pictures looked great. And
So jealous I
but
couldn't
none
go.
of us got to attend. None of us got to attend. So my question to the four of us, and to anyone in Twitch, if you'd like to participate as well, is for us, we didn't go. if you get a chance to go to Achievement Fest, and hopefully when you get a chance to go to Achievement Fest, what is the primary thing you would look to play there? And for those who in chat, if you want to answer, go with the same thing. Or if you were there, tell us about an experience you had, and maybe we can read some on the show as we go through. So I'm going to start because I kind of just brought this question up just before, so I had clearly been thinking about it before. Speaking for myself, I know the primary thing I'd love to do at Achievement Fest is play Rock Band with real live people again.
Darn it.
Specifically for me, the Beatles Rock Band. I would love to get the completion in that and get the special gamer pick that comes with that. And I'd love to do those triple harmonies with other people. My brother and I did all the double harmonies, and it was a blast. So I know that's what on top of all the other awesome things. And of course, as an aside, the fellowship is the most important part, getting to actually meet other people and interact. But insofar as gaming things, totally Rock Band.
I 100% agree with your answer. The one game I would want to play is Rock Band. It has been years. I can't even remember the last time since I've had like a Rock Band party and had people over or went to someone's house to just play Rock Band, and we, sit there and headbang and jump up and down, and there's a little mosh pit in the corner, and we act like idiots and have so much fun playing that game. I would love to be able to do that again.
And I see that's echoed a little bit in chat. KT Echo said I'd probably just play Rock Band. Fug said a ton of Rock Band actually did happen and called out Devin as a pretty decent singer. So yeah, that's and Super Bob got the GH3 expert achievement, so that's awesome.
Nice.
Getting that done. So very, very cool.
I also saw from one of the pictures that there was some VR there that I would love to jump into.
Mm-hmm. Well, yes, Corey adds that Super Bob got that expert with an asterisk, which, we're not going to get into the weeds about how people get their achievements at Achievement Fest, just as long as you all had a good time. So we're in agreement. Nate, what do you think? What would you look to do at Achievement Fest?
Oh, well, what would I look to do and what would I look to play might be different. I think, well, I'd like to take the game Fru, FRU. This is maybe not well known, but it's an Xbox One game that uses the Kinect, and you use a controller to move a character around the screen, but then you also like stand in front of the Kinect, and your body becomes like a bridge,
Wonderland.
or it becomes yes, thank you.
No problem.
Or you can like be like you phase through like spikes or something. So you cover up the spikes with your body, and then you can pass through them without taking damage. I think that'd be kind of fun. It'd be nice to have a live human to do that, so you're not just kind of like falling over trying to do it yourself. But I understand that there is at least one 360 there with discontinued games, and that is probably where I would try to put my game time towards. If it was just me playing games, I would go there. I would do the things that I don't have that I can't get anymore. I'd like to do the Voltron game and the Turtles game, and just all the other stuff that I just didn't know was going to be discontinued and didn't get, or never knew that there ever existed, just because I wasn't paying attention back then. So that's probably where I put my time is the hard to get or discontinued games.
Also
that
good
was
call.
Saucy's response as well. Yeah, the discontinued games console. And also just want to shout out by 571's response of the Jackbox games for fun.
God damn it. Who said that?
That sounds like that would be amazing. By 571 in the Twitch
Oh, yes.
chat. So L,
I
did we spoil your
7-1
answer?
Stole my answer. Yeah. You guys need to play for fun, not for achievements at Achievement Fest. Wait a minute.
That doesn't seem right.
I mean, as Koosh said, yeah, like I saw them playing the 6-player X-Men. Actually, on the 360, it's only 4 players because,
Wait,
limitations.
6-player X-Men?
It was 6 players online, and it was 4 players local because you only had 4 controller capability on the 360. They had broke that out because that's It's delisted. Elroy got in because he's a beat 'em up guy. So the one time I've seen him play a 200-point game, one and only time. Yeah, but of course, Rock Band, Guitar Hero sounds good, but I don't know. You're not laughing the same way you'd be laughing if you were playing Jackbox with 8 people. Maybe have like everyone else in the audience and just, I don't know, the cocktails fly and just have some fun. That's what I'd be looking to do.
Jackbox is fun in person. I will say that.
It wouldn't be boring like Fug and play Wallace and Gromit and stuff like that. That's come on. Maybe 5 years ago or 10 years ago, but not these days. You gotta meet some people, back some drinks, just have fun because that's what life is all about.
I think it's cool that there are options. Like someone noted about the Japanese 360 games. Super Bob mentioned about those being playable, and that's something to look to play, because it's a lot of time with people, and sometimes it's just nice to take a break and do something that doesn't involve other people for a little bit, and just knock out some gamer score that you might not have had access to.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also seeing here that Jason Bob 87, whom we know, said Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Interesting choice there. And what else? Was there anything else in here that I missed, guys?
I mean, anything local. I mean, I know they played Battletoads, which all 3 of them that played it, goes Ori, Evan, and Dynable played Battletoads. And they all said they didn't like it. But 3-player local where achievements pop for everybody, and they're all high ratio stuff. I think that sounds good.
See, Corey
I
made.
think that's your mileage may vary thing, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, because they're boring and skip through the whole story just to play the game, and the game kind of sucks. So, but the
there's
story
a time
was
crunch.
I know there's a time crunch. I know, but that's why I don't know.
Oh man, Fug finished
Stick
Spiral
with the visual
Splatter.
novels.
That would be amazing.
Who held the controller?
Someone's
Correct.
there and could do that for me.
Ooh,
I hate that game.
cheap.
I think it'd be fun to check other people's setups too. Like if they bring their consoles, you can just see how they do their thing, and it's always kind of interesting.
What are you talking about?
I just like to look. I like to see how I like to see how people do their gaming. Like, okay, so you use the old controller. Oh, okay, you're an elite person with the paddles, and you only use one of them. And it's upside down on the left side, not on the right, and you've inverted your controls because you're crazy. That sort of stuff. That's always interesting to me.
Yeah, no one here would invert their controls.
No, that's ridiculous. So.
It's the right way to play. I don't want to hear this. I'm wrong, but I don't want to hear this from you guys.
Some people are hashtag, corded. Other people are, most people I think are fine with the wireless, but I know some people prefer corded. So
I've never found one of those people.
It's true though, Kenny.
Yeah,
Like if
Saucy
someone says,
pointed
"Oh,
out
look,
another-
a bird," and then you just look down, like, yeah, it's realistic. It makes sense to me. Sorry, Michelle. The Kilby.
I've already explained my piece. I'm not wasting my time on you again.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Saucy actually brought up another great game that people could have played locally there. It's Lovers in a Dangerous Space Time. That game's actually a lot of fun to play with other people. It's totally doable on your own, but it's easier, and it's actually a good time to play with other people.
That's something I was trying to think of is what are some games that I would want to play that's just good couch co-op? And
Yeah, that's a good one.
And like,
help out 4 players. Everyone gets achievement in that one also.
I would love to try. Is it the Nickelodeon All Stars? Is that what it's called?
I think that's one of them, All Star
I don't
Brawl
know.
or something.
Yeah, All Star Brawl. I think that's what it is. Like, I want to play that game because I love Smash Bros. And this having all the Nickelodeon's characters that like I grew up watching and I love, that game looks really, really good and really appeals to me. But I don't want to play it by myself because Smash Bros is so much better when you have a couple of people around you playing. Those games don't really work by yourself. At least not for me. I don't like playing them by myself.
And
Yeah,
then, of course, Corey points out that last week's game of podcast, Power Wash Simulator, was the highlight of Achievement Fest.
you're all
A
wrong.
lot of people played that one together. Did you play
You're
more of it
all
since last
wrong.
week, Kenny?
I have not. I was very tempted to try playing it today, um, over XCloud just to try to see it. But I'm like, I can't do it. I
I
don't
want to
want
see if I
to.
can enjoy this game. Let me play it over xCloud. Let me give it the best possible experience by playing it over
I
xCloud
don't
to
have
see if
problems
maybe
with
I
the
was
cloud.
wrong.
I don't
Well,
have
you know,
problems with the XCloud.
okay, but not every game works better over xCloud. So
You're
like it's
power washing. I was playing Forza over XCloud. I chose that over Power Washing Sim,
okay,
and it
okay,
was
yeah, but
fine.
that's people that they've got a lot more developers than Power Washer Simulator, I'm sure. That have more experience with netcode and stuff like that. But yeah, I think it's number one. It's okay if it's not your thing. That's fine. Um,
Honestly, if I could get into a co-op session, I might like that game more. But playing it by myself, it is so tedious.
okay, well, let me ask you this. Let me ask for the people that were there at Achievement Fest. When you say you were playing Power Washing Simulator, were you actually playing it with the intention of completing the goals of like of like washing things, or were you doing like my daughter does and just hosing me off of a wall while I'm up there trying to power wash and she's just knocking me down off the wall with the hose? Like, how does that work with people your own age? Is that like more fun? Like how does that work?
We were taking turns typing, like putting L socks and
Sure, yeah,
all
okay,
this
that'd be
stuff.
fun. Yeah, like you leave a funny message on like one corner where
Yes.
the other guy's not, and then you go over back to his side and you wait till he sees it. Like that'd be, I can't imagine what else you draw on walls in Power Wash
Oh,
Simulator.
nothing.
L smells.
That's tame compared to what I can.
Uh,
But yes,
Well, that's just what I did. I know you can get real vulgar with it, but
Mhm. Literally.
yeah, I don't get that game, and it's even more mind-boggling to me that you had 30 people get together that have come from all over the country and who play Power Washing Sim. Like then that is
I'm
mind-boggling
gonna
to
have
me
to
that
agree with
that's the
you
game
actually,
of
but
Achievement Fest.
new and shiny. I can't imagine any other reason.
But like,
Love to hear more about it.
Well, it was also maybe for non-gamers. Maybe there were, I think, some wives and
Yeah.
significant others were playing it. Maybe, and
Mickey's
they're
wife
not
played it.
the biggest
oh,
gamers themselves. So maybe non-traditional gamers were into it. So maybe.
So shouldn't Kenny love it then?
I just thought of two
Oh,
games to answer your question, Michelle, of what I would love to play in co-op. Number one,
okay.
Gears of War, because I went through this game. I did not play. I played it solo. I didn't play it in co-op. So playing that in split screen would be fun.
Okay.
And then the second one, along the same lines, Halo. I would love to be able to get a couple of like, especially the OG Xbox consoles, and be able to do like split screen Halo 2. Like I've already looked into
All
that.
right.
How much would it cost for me to get like 4 consoles, 16 controllers, and just invite a bunch of people over to the house to play it? I would love to do that. And I mean, even if we were to do the Master Chief Collection, having a bunch of people, especially if we get a full lobby of 16 together to do Halo custom games, Jenga, Fat Kid, any of that kind of stuff, that would be so much fun.
Are Jenga and Fat Kid Halo
don't dare
things?
talk to me about Jenga,
Yes.
please.
Okay, all right.
So in the custom games, people created, custom games, and like you have the Jenga tower, and long story short, one person's a zombie and they have to knock everyone off the tower. Uh, it's easier to show you
No,
than to
okay,
explain
that's
it.
cool.
But yeah, there's a bunch of different custom games, Border Patrol, Duck Hunt, and I used to play those for hours back on Halo 3, and hit Master Chief Collection. They're starting to be able to you could search for that kind of stuff, and I've been playing a lot of that. It's so much fun. Hide your kids, hide your wife.
Apparently, Elroy was going after all the wives. That's what Saucy's implying.
Man can dance, from what I understand. So
Griff Ball.
Well, Just
Oh,
Dance games would have been.
Yeah, you see, Gears and
called it.
Halo you could
That's
play
true.
online, so I wouldn't put those at the top of my
Oh my gosh.
local
but there's
list.
difference. A split screen like LAN
Yeah,
party
you
is
get
a
to see
difference,
less.
yeah.
different.
You get to
'Cause-
see less of the screen. There is a difference.
Well, you know having the other team in the other room that you can sit there and yell at because
Oh,
they're
that's cool. Yeah.
yeah, that's what more or less the experience I want, or
Well,
even
and-
not in the other room, just on the other side of the table or something.
All right, if Fufu
Well,
ever
and
goes, to one
sometimes
of
when
these-
you're playing a game with somebody. Go
Wait,
ahead.
No, you go first.
I said sometimes when you're playing these games with somebody else who maybe doesn't have a great sense of direction, it's really helpful to be able to just walk up to the screen and point at the thing you keep telling them to go to. So there's a value in playing
Don't let Michelle
local
talk
co-op
anymore.
that makes
you-
things a little easier.
Personal experience?
Oh, stop.
Just
No.
a little, just
No.
you know. I didn't name
No.
names.
Interesting.
Okay, it was me.
I was just thinking, if Kenny ever actually goes to Achievement Fest, you have to have a standing copy of his dance game. They used to do my sister's boyfriend or whatever, my
yeah.
boyfriend's sister. I don't know what it is.
Um,
And a 360
Best
and
friend's
a
brother,
Kinect.
yeah.
Best friend's
That
brother.
sounds
Yes,
right.
there you go. Yeah, so that has to be on stand.
Somebody
Standby, ready.
Yeah, somebody have the crap. What game is that?
Victorious.
Yeah,
Time
Victorious.
Victorious. There you go. Get a
I'm
copy
like
of
thinking
Victorious.
Just Dance, but I'm like, I know it's not Just Dance.
Yeah, or a Star Wars dance. That'd be great. Completion.
Oh God, Star Wars Dance.
They're talking about DDR.
Yeah, I saw there was some DDR.
Isn't there like a Harry Potter wizarding battle that you can do with Kinect as well? I thought that was a thing.
there?
I thought that was a thing, but that'd be kind of funny to see in real life. Yeah.
This random person, Rocker Dude 5012, in the chat is saying that he doesn't think Gears would happen at Achievement Fest. He thinks that people just want to do their own thing and maybe get help. Figure out what he's trying to say. Sounds like people are not just going to sit there and together and have LAN parties.
I mean, it's probably not the place for a LAN party, but that's just something that would be. Excuse me. That would just something
I'd
that
play
would
with
be
you,
fun.
Kenny.
I appreciate that.
Now, what I would like is someone to
Well,
come up with
it's-
something that's not in friggin' Terre Haute. Somewhere in the Northeast, maybe.
Preferably in New York.
Yeah, maybe New York.
I don't know. Maybe
My
a little
house?
island.
Damn it.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe
Doesn't have to be in an island. A hotel in Manhattan works. We can all go to the Mets game.
the problem is you need internet though, so New York's no good.
Oh crap!
That's fair.
Forgot about that.
I don't know.
Terre
Next year,
Haute
I'm
is known for their
legitimately gonna
internet.
try.
It's great that a space does exist, and Terre Haute's really about as central as you're going to get. So, and I don't know what the total number of people that went this year was. It was like 70 people or something in that range, which is really
Wow.
awesome. So
That's a
it's
good
it's
showing.
working with what's going on now. Oh, it was 43. I thought there was a bigger number. Maybe that was in the past somewhere, but still 43 people showing up, and
That was
and
Bug's age.
but the best part is everybody gets a lot of people came from a community like this one and got to actually hang out and like go out for dinner together and play these games together in a local setting. That's really cool that people
Yes.
got together and took the time to do that. Like, all joking aside, that's the best part of Achievement Fest, I'm sure.
We could do one in Baltimore. Have like real life Grand Theft Auto.
That's an amazing concept. That was the best thing I've ever said.
Just so you know, there's no valet parking in the Baltimore convention. So be warned, you're not getting that car back.
Don't taunt the squeegee kids.
Oh, that's too local. I don't think people would know that.
I know that was more of a joke for you, Nate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Okay, so apparently the record was 50 people who attended one year.
That's still a lot
And there's
of
a nice
people.
group photo they take. And of course, Devin was like the one person not wearing the Achievement Fest approved T-shirt. So, you know, good on him.
Because I was
But
wearing the Macho Man Randy Savage. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, good on Devin. Stick out like a sore thumb.
yeah,
All right.
that looked like a great time.
It did. I'm jealous I couldn't go. I legitimately am going to try to go next year. I'd really like to.
Yeah, we should do
There was nice to see
live
some
podcast
families there
from
too.
Mm-hmm.
Like Fug brought his daughter. I know Kronos brought his children, I believe. Like, so it's nice to see people bringing along their next generation of gamers as well.
All right.
Tart brought her husband.
Well, that was fun.
Oh,
I mean, unless anybody else has anything else to say about Achievement Fest. That's what I thought.
I mean, I suppose
Nope.
we can just say that a couple of interviews were recorded about Achievement Fest, and those are
Yes.
going to be uh, included in the podcast over the next week or two. So thank you to those of you who took the time to chat a little bit, and you'll be hearing those soon as well.
Yeah, I think the first one will be after this episode. So, but maybe not. Maybe not. This is live, but soon.
If you're listening, if you're watching this on Twitch, check out the podcast when it's available on Thursday, and there may be an interview afterwards.
I think
I
we'll do
have
it. 'Cause
not.
it's only 15 minutes, so I think we'll put it on there, even though we don't normally.
Yeah, so keep an eye out. There's like Michelle said, there's a couple. So over the next few weeks, you'll hear some Achievement Fest interviews, which will be which should be fun. I have not listened to them, so I'm excited for them to be released. All right, so with that, let's get into the game showcase. Let's see. I guess there's really
override.
Okay, override. Well, which one do you want to do, Nate
The right
or L?
terminology.
Which one do you want to do, L? You overrid.
Nate's choice.
Do what?
Nate's choice.
I missed the options. What are my options?
He doesn't understand that.
Um,
You're the one that used your override. Which one do you want to talk about?
I just told you. Go with his game first, and then our game.
Objection.
Okay,
Right.
we'll go with Nate first, and then the override stuff will make more sense.
Michelle, now's your chance.
I have no idea what you're talking
Nope,
about. But
I'm keeping my overrides. We're at the beginning of the show.
Sure it'll make sense later when you talk about the
Damn
game
it.
that I haven't played and the
Yes.
gaming system I don't know. Then it'll make sense. So what I'm going to talk about before
Go ahead,
someone yells
Kush.
a nonsense word that means nothing to me is I'm talking about Driver San Francisco. Now, why would you be talking about such a new game, Nate? That's because this game
that
is
sounded
going
very
away.
new.
This game is going away soon in terms of the online. It's from Ubisoft, and it was released in 2011. It does have an online component that you will need to get up to 4 people to help kind of just mash out the multiplayer. And it's not that bad. Matism and I have been playing this game and knocking out the 2-player stuff, and you can do that in about 2 hours. You can get to level 9 in XP, and that will allow you to jump ahead to all of the 4-player content. And there are some things you can do. So basically, the way it works is as you level up, you get access to a new level of, or they call it a gaming list, I believe, or something like that, a playlist. So the playlists are 2 different game types, and they cycle back to back. So you might be doing long form racing in the first cycle, then you'll have a little qualifier, then you'll do 5 short races, and then a qualifier, and then you'll do your long form race again. So what you want to do is you focus on your achievements that you're working on for that one. Maybe it's getting first place, maybe it's going through rings, those sorts of things. And once you meet the requirements for one of those 2 games that flip-flop, you can basically quit out. So in the 4-player matches, it's faster to have one team quit out of the game type you don't want to play, wait till someone in the party tells you that the game is over and the next game is starting, and then hop back in. And the player base is so low right now that it's very easy to do that. So you can speed up your grind time by doing that. And it's it's fun. The game, number one, the game looks great. For a 2011 game on the 360, this looks fantastic. Um, and even by today's standards, it's a good looking game. I mean, back then it would have been amazing. Today, it's like it's a solidly good looking game. I mean, you wouldn't think
Oh wow, yeah, it
necessarily,
does.
yeah, you wouldn't necessarily think that this is a a 360 game. It's very good. I don't know if part of that is the upscaling or whatever, but it is a good looking game. Now, it plays pretty well, except for when you touch another object. As soon as you touch an object with your car, physics get weird, man. Like you can just fly off the screen. You could. One time I hit a. I was racing with Matism and I hit a fire hydrant, I think, and it shot me across the screen or across the street into the wall backwards. And a lot of times, most of the collisions that you have will spin you around 180 degrees so that it's really difficult to get back into the race. That part's a little frustrating in terms of the multiplayer, but it's still pretty fun. We had a good group of 4 people in there. I'm trying to remember who all it was. It was Kingsman, Matism, myself, and I think who else joined? Shadow, maybe. In either case, we had a pretty good time doing that, and we still have a little bit more grinding to go. This all the multiplayer goes offline in September. I think it's
Boo.
September 1st.
Stupid
So
Ubisoft.
yes, so it's next month, but there is plenty of time. Even when this comes out on Thursday, there's plenty of time to get a group of 4 together and grind all this out. Now, when it comes to the single player, the game is interesting. The number one, it's a racing game. You don't really get out of your car and do anything. It's not Grand Theft Auto. But if you crash, you have this cool ability to like go into like hop out of your body, like go up 2 levels of zoom, pick another car, and then jump into the body of that driver. Because I mean, guess what? That's why it's called Driver. So now you've basically taken over that car, and you continue your race. You continue whatever objective you have with that new car. So it's pretty cool a mechanic, and like I said, game looks great. The physics are interesting and possibly part of the challenge. And I like the music too. So this is great. Blast from the past. And if you want to get that completion, look into it now. Yeah, Driver San Francisco.
You're right. I'm watching a couple of clips of this game. It does look very good, especially
Yeah.
for a 2011 game.
Yeah, no, this is a quality 360 game, and if you'd started playing the single player and you are a completionist and you'd be upset with yourself for not being able to do the multiplayer, I think you'd probably kick yourself. And I think it's a good game. Check it out, and it's still doable. So you have to hurry.
Yeah, this is a game I had no idea it even existed. I remember playing the first Driver on the PlayStation 1 and loving it.
Yeah,
Don't
I can't remember what it was on the PlayStation, but I did enjoy the game. That's how I knew. I heard this one. I was like, oh, okay, so it's a sequel, and I don't really remember too much about the first one, but
same.
yeah.
Man, that's a shame that
So
this is
how
going
long
down.
would you say?
Oh,
Yeah, I'm just curious how long then, since you said it could be completed. The Driver San Francisco servers go down September 1st with a lot of the other Ubisoft stuff.
hmm
So how many, if someone's starting from scratch, how many hours are they looking at playing this game in order to get it all done
It would take you
or
about
get that portion of it done?
It would take you and another player 2 hours. I'm assuming just the way I did it, or the way I've done it. I still have 4 achievements left to get in multiplayer. Is a 2-player grind that took about 2 hours to open up all of the race types.
that's not too
Uh,
bad.
Once all of the race types are
That's
open,
not bad, yeah.
then yeah, each one of those that you're working on probably takes about an hour and a half to 2 hours because you got to think now you're getting 4 people through the achievements. You kind of have to take turns doing stuff. And you'll find as you go along, you'll find ways to optimize it. So I would say probably on the order of 6 to 8 hours of grinding is about right. It's not like a 20-hour thing. This is a sub 10-hour worth of gameplay. And it's pretty funny.
Okay.
Yeah, some of the game types are really fun. If yes, you can go in there and just try to min max it, optimize it, but it's also fun to go ahead and play racing while you're doing some of these challenges. So you don't have to be all about the business. You can have some fun while you're doing it too.
Cool.
Yeah, 6 to 8 hours. That's not too bad of a grind. You'd be done in a weekend.
Yeah, if you can play that much concentrated, yeah. For me, we've been doing it in like 3 sessions, and I think we have another fourth and maybe some cleanup.
Nice. It's a shame that Ubisoft is doing this to all these games.
Yeah. Really, it's sad. Hey, man, Legends. Someone on the Ubisoft forums started I guess like a petition type of a thread to try to keep them open a couple more months, just because if you started from scratch, you literally couldn't finish in time. So another couple of months is being asked for, and someone came in and said, "Yeah, we see what you're saying, but we can't promise anything, but we'll direct it to the right people." But I think we need more people to write in. If you could do that, I would appreciate that very much. I'm sure there's
Do you have a link?
definitely others in the. I do have a link.
Post it in our panel chat and also post it in a podcast discussion.
I will.
I
I'll
think the
include that in the
issue
show
with
notes.
that, as is always the case, I think the issue with that is if they come around and say, "Listen, you know what? We hear you. That's not enough time." Like I've done the math, and you need something like if you get an average of 1 gold and 1 silver cup a day, and then a little odds and ends. So not asking anyone to get all golds or whatever. It takes about 3 months of logging in regularly to make up the difference of what you need.
Man,
So if they come in there and they say, look, okay, we're extending this to October 1st, the people who just picked up on it on August 1st are going to go, well, that's not enough time for me. Like there's a point at which for a game that's been around, the server should never close, putting that aside.
I agree.
But there's a point where it's 9 years on. If you haven't done it, how many more extensions before it's the one where you finally feel like you're going to? So, unfortunately, I just don't see them doing stuff for that kind of reason. It's because there's no guarantee that everyone who's making this complaint started on the day that the closure was announced and is on pace to get through the achievement if it closes by this specific time.
It's also lousy that it's like, hey, here's a 2-month warning. Like,
Right. It should have
Three
been a
six-
Then they
6-month
announced
window at least.
Then they announced a bunch of Just Dance games, and they gave a year warning for those.
right. That's what I was going to
Playing
say.
Just Dance
Like,
2016.
if
Same
the
type of thing.
360 servers need to shut down, I understand. Like, there is a business aspect to this, and I understand any company, development studio, whatever, what have you, not wanting to support now 2 generation prior servers when there's like what 2 people online at any given time. I completely understand that, and I like I said, I get it, but at the same time, like, give us some time for this. Give people time to go back in, earn the achievements, play a couple of games for nostalgia purposes or whatever. Because 2 months is that's not that big of a warning. At least like when Microsoft killed the Halo 360 servers, they gave us a year to get in there and finish those games up. Like, if you didn't complete those games in that year, that's on you. If you don't complete these Ubisoft games in this 2 months, that's not necessarily on you. Especially during the middle of the summer when people are busy, they're going on vacations and whatnot. And it's like there's got to be
Right, and
ways to get around the server closures. Like I was just watching a video. I don't understand networking, so I can't explain it very well. But I know that like there are people that are getting the Halo 2, the OG Halo 2 servers back up and running on the original Xbox. How they're doing it, I don't know. But apparently that's becoming a thing. So you can like have your OG consoles sign into Halo Xbox Live, play Halo 2 online. If you can do that with an OG Xbox, there's got to be a way to be able to keep these 360 servers open peer to peer or something or other.
Right. So if you want to play things like Heavy Weapon or
Army of
get the
2.
achievement, get the achievement for Worms 4-player that's a decade old, you could just do it.
Nostalgia's big. People like to go back and play games from their childhood or whatever. Like, I would love to be able to show Oliver in 10 years, like, hey, these are the games that I grew up playing. What about the people that are growing up now in 10 years they're not going to be able to show their kids whatever because all the servers are going to be closed. And Microsoft, you're $1 trillion company. Keep the servers open.
Well, don't worry. In 10 years, you'll be able
Well, it's
to
not
look out.
Microsoft closing it, right?
It's
You'll be able
not.
to look
the Hill ones. Never
outside.
mind.
It's not, but they could take them over or something.
Damn it!
What were you going to say,
Canceled
Michelle?
my joke.
You started to say something a bit ago.
I don't remember at all. So it was relevant, but it's a point that's probably already been talked about. So I don't remember.
Yeah. Either way, it still sucks. There's got to be some way to keep these things open.
Oh, you know what? I was going to say we discussed this on an episode not too long ago because that was the patron question that week about how long is a fair amount of time for
Right.
for a server closure. And I think we were all pretty much in agreement where it's like 6 months is the minimum allowable, but a year is kind of better PR. And it's like Fug is. I don't know if I'm getting Fug's point correctly, but the games are still playable, right? We're complaining because the achievements get locked out. You can still play the games. You can still start and finish all of Rayman and enjoy those amazing music levels with no trouble. You just can't do this online component that you had a lot of access to if you wanted to do it. And again, keep in mind, they shouldn't be closing servers, but just as devil's advocate sort of thing, you had a lot of opportunity. If they watch these player bases and 20 people are logging in, it's not worth it. It's just not worth supporting anymore. Supported for plenty of time.
And if I said you couldn't play Driver, Fug, I misspoke. I just meant I mean, I know you can still play Driver, you can still play Halo 2, you can still play all these games that are having their servers shut down, but it's still parts of the game that are missing, and it's really sucky for like, let's say Halo 3, since that one actually did go down. Sure, there's people like myself who love the single player, but Halo really is primarily a multiplayer game. The single player is a big part of it and the campaign and all of that, but the majority of your time is spent in multiplayer. And games like, I mean, I'm looking at the list of the Ubisoft things that are being shut down, like Ghost Recon Future Soldier. That was a multiplayer game. You're not going to be able to go back and play that. That's no different than like Call of Duty 4 when that goes down. When eventually those servers are going to get shut off. I can't go back and play that. And that game, is also primarily a multiplayer game. I know you can still play the single player.
Override.
That was a tangent that we just went on off of Driver, Nate.
Exactly. I blame Fug. You know, it's my fault.
Is there anything else to say about Driver?
Nope. I can think. Not that I can think about it. I didn't mention too much about the achievements. There is the multiplayer aspect you have to do. As far as the single player, it's mostly progression based. There are a couple fun little things you have to do that aren't necessarily progression, but for the most part, it's straightforward. So nothing too crazy there.
Cool.
It's just too bad that you won't be able to play the multiplayer.
Do you drive over the Golden Gate Bridge?
I don't think so. There's a bridge.
What's the point of being in San Francisco? There's literally nothing else there.
There's that one really steep
Montana.
hill.
Yes, there is the one steep hill that's a back and forth, snaky type road that is in there. There might be other features that I'm just. Not aware of.
Hey, are you there, Kat? I think Neo might be there too. California's useless. Get rid of it.
All right.
I think I'm going to override that decision. See, I saved it for a good time.
Meeting.
California is okay.
All right.
Fine.
So for all the overriding talk, let's get into our game. I mean myself, Elle, Michelle, Michelle's brother, Freak Servo, Prue, and Corey. The 6 of us have played the game as Dusk Falls. And This is going to be really weird because last week I said I played a simulation game and I hated it. And this week I'm going to say I played a point and click game and I freaking loved it. It was so good. This is very topsy turvy right now.
Who are you?
So as dusk falls, and obviously, Michelle, you guys you're more welcome to jump in at any point. Is a adventure point and click game that was released on the Game Pass, and the fun part of this point and click is that it is multiplayer, and I guess that's more or less the selling point of this game, at least for someone like me. You know, it's your typical like walking sim game kind of, I guess you could say, where you have choices, and as you make choices it branches off into whatever outcomes that you have. And like, I know with my experience when I played like Life is Strange or whatever, it's single player and you only ever see the options, or you only ever click on the options that, you know, are more akin to your play style. But with As Dusk Falls, it's majority rule. So there may be an option, and by the way, there's not going to be any spoilers. We're not going to talk about. This is a very story-driven game, so we're not going to be talking about any of that kind of stuff. But like in these types of games, you know, you have two options that pop up: good and, like, let's say a bad. You know, a more mild response or a very wild response. And if you're someone, you know, you that usually clicks on the mild ones, you never see what the wild answers are. Well, if you're playing with if with a group of people like myself and Corey that's in there, and we're choosing the more chaotic paths, you get to see those options that you usually don't see. And the other appeal to this game is that everybody gets 3 overrides on each chapter. And what an override is, you press the Y button, and it's now your decision. No one else gets to vote. You get to make the decision, and it's whatever you want. So if there's a very extreme example of very extreme choice, and everyone's just like, no, let's not choose the extreme one. Let's go with the nice answer. You just hit that override and go extreme and force everyone to do what you want to do. We stream this
But
game,
it
and it
doesn't
is so
stop
much fun.
there
Oh yeah, go ahead.
because uh, it doesn't stop there because, like Kenny said already, everyone gets 3 overrides. We played through the first chapter, so we played blind, all 6 of us. None of us had gone in with any real knowledge of the game. We didn't even really know how the multiplayer worked. And so through the first chapter, some people, you know, I think everyone wound up using all of their overrides by the end of the first chapter.
Mm-hmm.
But people would use their override, and everyone would go, okay, all right, use your override. But then we got to the stats screen at the end of the first chapter, and there was a stat called override battles. And it was then we realized overrides are not a sacred thing. You can override someone else's override.
Oh my
And
gosh.
that's where you really get into it, where there's like, I want to give just one in-game example, but I'm going to give something very innocuous that's not a spoiler. There is one scene where you are in a room, and the room has to be taken care of. And there are several options around the room. You can make some pudding. You can pack away some pictures. You can go out onto the balcony. And in this particular example, for whatever reason, Prue really wanted to look outside. So he would override us trying to do normal things to go look out the window. And so there's a lot of stuff like that. Now, by that point, we had already known that overrides could be overridden. So, you know, people were overridden and so on and so forth.
No,
But
we're not going outside.
But you want to
Damn it,
play it
Prue.
smart, because at some point, like, as much as that part was fun and there's sort of levity to it, eventually you get to a point where there's a serious decision, and maybe you want to take the, you know, more aggressive response. And if you've used all of your overrides to make sure you made that jello earlier in the episode, you know, you're going to run out of that opportunity to do it later on. So it's really, really smartly implemented in a way that makes the
So good.
multiplayer super engaging.
Okay, quick question about the rules here. If
Okay.
you're overridden, do you get your override back?
No.
Okay.
No.
And second, what happens if there's a tie and there are no overrides?
Oh, Can I talk about that?
Go for it.
Please.
Go for it.
Okay. So we played 6 players, right? And if you happen to vote 3-3, it's kind of like if you ever watched Survivor, like if there was a tie, then
Oh,
they
good.
would do a revote, and then you have your chance to vote the same or change your mind. So if there's a tie again, then they do basically flip a coin. They roll the dice and give you they pick one for you. In other words, generally there's 2 choices, but sometimes there's anywhere up to like 6 choices.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you move the cursor around, you find like a hidden choice. It was very interesting. I believe that's how you found those hidden ones, right? It was just by moving the cursor around, or did they just
Yeah,
appear
some of
after a
them.
while?
Some of them appeared after a while.
think
Some it
sometimes
felt like
it's-
you had to find it.
Exactly. Yeah,
That's
it's
what
a
I
little
thought.
bit of it's one or the other.
Yes, that's how ties
And
work.
then
But
sprinkled in,
one person gets there.
and then sprinkled in within these choices you have to make. It's very similar to the Telltale games in terms of its framing. There are these quick time events that come up,
Oh,
but
Oh yeah.
they randomly assign who gets to do that part of the quick time event. So all 6 of you are sitting there and it'll be like, rocker dude, up. And if he misses that, that's going to ruin the whole sequence for everybody. So there was one particular sequence that was really intense, and we're all like screaming at each other to alert each other that it's their time to do this quick time event sequence. So even something like that, like you felt like you had to be on your toes, right? Because usually,
Yeah.
like as awesome as these point and click games may be because of their narrative or how they're written, they're slow. They're narrative based. They're not twitchy. But you felt like you had to really be paying attention because you didn't want to be the one that caused something awful to happen because you were asleep at the wheel.
And
Or maybe you do.
I was just about to say, or
Mm-hmm.
in those really intense moments, if you don't want it to succeed, you can just say, screw it, I'm not going to do it, and fail on purpose, and everybody has to live with your decision.
Right. And you can't override the quick time.
Yeah. It is up to that person, whoever it is, and it's just random who they assign.
How far did you guys get? Like, how many chapters in?
So was there 6 chapters? I think.
There's 6 total chapters, yeah.
Yeah, so we played the first 2.
For how long did you play?
TA says I have 2.5 hours.
And does it seem like, have you looked at the achievements since then? And does it seem like you're going to have to do multiple replays, playing specifically in a manner in order to get all the achievements?
I haven't
Forget.
at the achievements, but you do have to do multiple replays. But what's cool
looking.
about As Dusk Falls is that there's a flow chart of the different choices. And that flow chart makes it clear which choices are choices that have an impact and which choices are ones that really will affect nothing. And to my understanding, you can specifically choose those different branches that you need to
Yes.
to get the achievements that you need to get. So it's done really smartly, and also similar to the Telltale games, you see the percentage of the global community that have picked certain choices, and because there are branches among branches among branches, some of the things we picked were only picked by like 18% of all players globally.
Yeah.
Because you have to trigger something earlier on that's already the lesser choice and then keep going down that road. So it's displayed at the end of every chapter. You get 2 stat screens essentially. You get this flowchart with your stats, and you get a second one that shows every player and their play style. So like I forget, there were 2 things to it. One was essentially like, do you value family or do you value working by yourself? And the other one that's like, basically you always made good decisions or you made decisions quickly. So it was really interesting to see those screens at the end that kind of showed all of our different response styles.
Yeah.
And did everybody play on an Xbox? Because I see that there's multiple ways to play this.
Yeah,
like, if
we
you
were all on our Xbox.
Okay, because I just saw a comment that said if you're playing on like your iPad or something over the cloud, they don't have on-screen like controller controls. They just have like you just touch the screen. So, so
We all
that's what-
chose our Xbox instead of
anything else. Yep.
Yeah.
it's kind of like Jackbox where you could choose your phone.
And I should say, I don't know if I mentioned this before. This is an up to 8-player game. Like we just so happen to have people to play,
Yes.
but you can have up to 8 people. And quite honestly, like, so we did the first 2 chapters out of 6. I don't want to look at the achievements because I don't want to spoil story or anything like that. But so far, I think if you were to play this by yourself, you would only be hurting your playthrough. I think playing this in a party is going to be so much better and so much more rewarding. I mean, if you're someone who doesn't care about spoilers, you can go ahead and watch our stream and you can hear our reactions of whatever choice it was and how intense it was getting and how we were screaming and yelling at each other. You know, make sure you do it. Don't do it. Don't mess up. Don't mess up. Because we were,
Override.
and like, if it wasn't past 1 a.m., we probably would have kept playing. Like, the game was very
Yeah,
engaging.
I agree. But so taking a step back, because we didn't really speak much about the game, it's itself, right? So the framing of As Dusk Falls is there is a family that is moving, but you know that at the very beginning, and basically something happens to their car. They have to pull over, find a little motel, and then it's all about how what happened to their car begins to interact with them, and then kind of a series of everything that can go wrong will go wrong, and that's what you're playing through. So we don't know the full outcome because we've only played the first 2 chapters, but that's how they frame the game. So I feel like, and I can't say this for sure because I have not played it on my own, I feel like the story itself actually probably isn't super well written because it's very contrived. You have to allow it a lot of sort of logical leaps in order for the events to happen. So I would say like it's not just about playing it because it's fun to see how other people react, but I don't know that the story is actually all that great if you play on your own. And maybe at some point somebody who's played it can give us some feedback on that. But that's kind of my feeling in our playthrough is the story itself is probably okay.
I
I do
agree.
have
That
to give the
said,
game. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I saw some reviews, which I normally do. I was just went on and saw not the full reviews, but you see like the Cliff Notes version. And the
Hmm.
multiplayer wasn't ready for some of these people that got their review copies, and they still gave it
Really?
That makes sense.
really high marks.
Well, that's good news then.
So I guess that means they liked the story. 'Cause what else
Well,
do you really have, right?
what it does well is, and the Telltale games did this as well, is it really presents choices in gray area, or puts you in a position like I know
Yeah.
myself. I'm usually like more or less as Dusk Falls confirmed. I almost always pick the goody two shoes answer. Like I want to try to keep things civil. I want to try to keep people together. But there was one major point in one of the chapters where even I picked the bad guy option because I was just like so
Yes.
frustrated by what was happening. I'm like, no, no, this deserves to happen right here, and this is what's going to happen. So they do a good job of making the game exist in the grays, so you don't feel too much like this is clearly what I should do or clearly what I shouldn't do. And again, Telltales did that very, very effectively. Some of the other ones that have come along that have tried to mimic that don't do it super effectively, but I think As Dusk Falls gets there.
Yeah. On TA, there are 22,386 people that have started this game. And so far, the rating is a 4.14. And
Mm.
assuming that the story continues the way it is, I 100% agree with that rating. Maybe even like a 4.5. Like, once again, like if you've listened to this podcast at any length, you know I can't stand point and click games. I am telling everyone, play this game. Find a group of people and play this game. I know everyone has their Sunday night groups or whatever where you boost something. This is something you're gonna want to play. I cannot wait till Thursday to play this again. I'm very much looking forward to it. And the other nice part is there's 50 achievements in the game. We unlock 12. Like they come at you pretty quickly. And a lot of the achievements are for making this choice or that choice and seeing this ending or whatever. And I believe it was said before, but there's like chapter select. So if you miss anything, you can always go back and find it.
It's
Neo
also
asks if it's point and click or a visual novel. I guess it's told in cutscene form, basically, but then there'll be certain points where you have to click on something. Like it's more like a decision-making point and click. Do this, look at this.
Life is Strange, but without the walking around stuff.
Choose your own adventure more, right?
Yeah, yeah.
kind of, yeah.
Roulette. Choose your
Yeah,
own
because they
adventure
wouldn't call
roulette.
it a.
Right. So even like
Yeah,
in
I
Walking
don't.
Dead, you're
It's
walking around and looking for stuff to click on. You don't have to do that. You'll be put in a static room with just 2 or 3 things to click on, and you can go just basically an order type of thing. You're going in this order, or if you do one thing, the story's going to progress whether you did everything or not.
yeah.
It's hard to think of it
I
as a
think we
visual
were all
novel.
very
Yeah,
surprised.
that's what it
I
is.
think, yeah, I agree with you, Al. It doesn't. It doesn't. I get why it might fall kind of like a visual novel, but there is. I think they're just. I don't even know why. Like it's a great question because in my head I'm trying to not say well it's not a visual novel because you don't actually read the words because in most of those visual novels it's all text and this is all voice acted quite well. I think that's another
Yeah.
strength of the game is that the voice
Yeah.
acting is well done.
One other quick question, unless you had something more. I know that, like, especially when we're
No,
recording this podcast, we have out of sync issues with video and sound sometimes. How does the game address that? Was it an issue at all? Is it ever an issue
Um,
when you're gaming?
I don't recall it being an issue without a sync.
No.
no, we
We
had
all
no
saw
issues
things
with
at the
that.
same
Now,
time. We laughed. Yeah, all together.
there is Twitch integration for As Dusk Falls in that you can have a Twitch audience that also votes as well.
Yeah.
And I don't know. We streamed to Twitch, but it was kind of a last second thing. There weren't a whole lot of folks involved in that, so I don't know. Like that's the thing with Jackbox games, right? Whoever's hosting the stream like sees everything 20 seconds earlier than everybody else. I don't know if that's an issue with the Twitch integration, but just
That's
us
a good
playing,
question.
it wasn't an issue at all.
Oh, Neo, that is the reason that we were up till 2 in the morning
Oh,
because
Yeah.
we didn't realize the game is 70 gigs, so we had to wait for
yeah, it
all of
is
us to
a
download it.
big game.
Not all of us. I had the game downloaded in day one.
All of the
I was waiting
idiots,
for
we had
all
to
of you
wait.
guys to download it.
Well,
I
I
don't
definitely, I like,
understand.
how much is this going to be? 12 gigs at most, and then no,
Yeah, a big boy game.
it's like KT Echo's asking if it's live video rotoscoped, and that's mostly it's there's not like smooth animation that you see throughout this. It's very artistic in its presentation, and you're not moving
Yeah,
anything, so
which
everything is preset. But it's got to be all the dialogue options or something. I
It
can't
has
really
to
think
be.
of what else it might be,
right, but all the
and
Telltales are
we
pretty
haven't played
voice
enough to
acted.
know.
I don't know.
Right, they are. I don't know. I don't know,
It's
but
a lot of
it's
gigage.
it's a large game.
Wow. I
Lots
was
of
just looking
gigage.
at
The other
the.
thing
Oh, go ahead.
I was just the other thing I wanted to point out real quick is like it also built a sense of camaraderie amongst us, even though we were trying to intentionally sabotage each other. Like after we were done with the session, there was an immediate agreement. We can only play this game when all 6 of us can come here to play
Oh,
this
100%.
because all of our choices impacted the gameplay. And when people put their foot down about no, I don't want to make this decision, or yes, I absolutely have to, because the decisions our group went with eventually we all have to live with whether we wanted to or not. So there's sort of this agreement that we all have to be there to continue to shape the narrative.
Hmm.
So that also is really cool, like that sense of feeling ownership over like no, it's got to be the 6 of us at least through this first playthrough.
And not only that, but also nobody look for spoilers. Nobody play by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's the 6 of us. Like, we all need to experience this together.
At least through the first set of choices we have.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely at least through your first playthrough. Because then after that, I mean, I imagine we'll go into
You have to
cleanup
pick
mode.
right.
Right.
But yeah, for that first playthrough, like, you need to play this game in multiplayer. I really think you will do yourself a disservice playing this solo.
Do you think it would work well with
This
only 2 or 3 people though?
I would
I
think.
think we're spoiled.
I
I
think a
would
bigger
turn that
group the
question back
better.
on UL. How do you
Ma'am?
think the game would play if you were playing it like locally with your wife? Like just the two of you playing it? Would it be how would it change the experience for you just playing with the two of you?
It's funny because if it was just a normal Telltale game, then like without knowing that the option to play with more people existed, then it would be fine. But knowing what we know now, it would be worse. Make sense? Like if it started that way, it would have been fine.
S- See, I hard disagree with that.
She watched, we go through the Walking Dead games together, and we have a good time with that.
If
The override feature and more people just adds a whole new dimension to it.
See, I've played the first Batman Telltale, and like I liked it, but that's also because I'm a huge Batman fan. But like I have no real interest in playing any of the other Telltales. But now, if any future Telltales, if they have this multiplayer built into it, I will 100% play it. This adds so much to it, to the game for myself, because it's not just me playing it, it's everybody playing it. And, I have to deal with you guys and your choices because, I know what I want to pick, but everybody else wants to pick this. So now I'm not in control. And there's like, it's fun. It just adds an extra layer to it.
So The Rock is asking if you can search for people or do you have to invite? And I honestly don't know the answer.
I will
Do
look that
either of you
up.
guys have a sense of that? Yeah,
I'll,
I don't recall there being like, oh, you know what? There's a room code, isn't there?
I know there is a room code, and you obviously can invite people. I'm looking that up for now. Um, I don't think there was an online matchmaking.
Yeah, I don't think there's a place where you can like open a lobby, sort of like in We Were Here or whatever, where you can just sit there and someone joins you and then you can go. But you can always drop a room code in Discord, and if people are around,
Mm-hmm.
they can join. But yeah, I don't think you can see other people who are looking for play at that time.
Something about man, I just crashed again. It's not a perfect game. It has crashes. Something I was looking up. I clicked on the developer just to get an idea. This is the first game they've made.
Well, As Dusk Falls was one of the feature games on the recent Xbox showcase.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember a lot of us walking away thinking, well, it looked interesting,
What is this?
but right, what is it? I don't really have a sense of it. And it's with the caveat I mentioned earlier of I'm not really sure how well the story would play if I was playing it by myself. It has completely exceeded any expectation I had of it. And this co-op implementation is just fantastic. It is so good.
Yeah, as much as I hate to say it, I look forward to you playing it with Saucy, Nate, and letting us know how it goes. Or if you want to,
Yeah, it could be wild.
the hardest part would probably just be if you wanted to actually pay attention to the story. That might bother you because inevitably someone's going to crack a joke or say something. But overall, make sure you turn on subtitles in the beginning,
I,
and you'll be all right.
there aren't, as I recall, long periods where you're just watching the story.
Oh, not very many at all,
So
if any.
usually you make your choices, and then the next story beat might be like 30 seconds or so. So there's not a long stretch where like it's good and bad because there's not a long stretch where people will get bored and just start getting fidgety. But if you're like laughing over what you just went through, overriding choices, you may miss something from sort of the result of what you were dealing with just before the cutscene plays.
So to answer the Rocks question, no, there's no online matchmaking. You have to play with friends, or like Michelle said, have that room code.
We're turning into the Switch over here. Power Wash was the same.
Yeah. Anybody have anything else they want to say to this, or Nate, you got any other questions?
Is there a way to pause for drinks?
That's a good question. That I don't
We
know.
were too involved. We
we
that,
didn't
that never
wanna look
even
away.
came up. After
Oh,
the
I thought you
chapter
meant
ends,
pause the podcast.
No,
Like,
we're
I'll
all
get a
good on
drink.
drinks
I'll
here.
get a drink. The first, I mean, it
after
wasn't
the
long.
chapter ends,
Yeah.
each chapter is about an hour. And after it ends, you get that stat screen, and that's a clear spot where you can stop and take a break. But I think we were all way too invested in what was happening to stop mid the story actually happening.
Did it have multiple saves? I'm just wondering if like
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So you'd want to have the same host
Pick
again the
a
next time.
profile. You make a profile.
Well,
What's your name?
when I
Yeah,
was just looking at the game, you can have up to 4 different saves. So,
Nice.
and then like I was saying, you have different profiles. So, if you want to play with different people or whatever, that's an option. Anything else?
We talked a lot about it. Like, you guys have any opinion on the style of the game? Because honestly, I don't really love it. Seeing just the animation style, I honestly don't love it. It's not a deal breaker in any capacity, but
I agree with that. I don't love it.
I just didn't like
I
it.
would wish, or I would like for there to be, an actual video. But I do kind of appreciate the art style just because it's different. But yeah, it's
It's definitely different.
not necessarily my cup of tea. I would much rather have video, but I don't hate it either.
That's another thing where if I was playing by myself, I think it would impact my opinion more because I'd be paying far more attention to it. But playing with the group as it was, it's fine. And like Kenny said, it makes it stand out. It doesn't come across like every other game, but it's not a selling point for me either.
Yeah, I imagine there are
Yeah.
some people that would love this art style, and they would actually be attractive to them, but not for me.
I mean, also, if it was fully animated, it'd be 150 gigs.
Oh my god, yeah, easy, more than that. it's 70 gigs and it's just pictures and text.
Or it'd be nice if they gave you the option to just do like, oh, we're gonna download chapter 1 because we're gonna play that. Now we're done with chapter 1. We can just get chapter 2.
That would be nice.
That's actually a really good idea. I'm surprised they don't do that. I know they do have like the Master Chief collection.
Although I appreciate they didn't market it episodically. Like, I would not want
Yes.
to have waited for a month after finishing
Oh, God,
episode
could you
1 to get into
imagine?
episode 2.
Oh, that would be the worst if we
Can
had
you
to wait a month. Oh, especially if the way that episode 1 ends and that choice. If I had to wait a month,
Yeah.
I would go nuts trying to see how that played out. Oh God. All right. Yeah.
Kingsman, are you complimenting me? You said I looking good. You need some new glasses, bro.
Oof.
I'm paying off people. Neo was complimenting me before. Kingsman, I'm paying off people. You get extra duckies in the ducky race.
All right. Let's get off of this. I override this conversation.
There we go.
Let's get into our next topic.
Play as Dusk Falls, everyone. It's fun.
Yes, play it in a group.
And if you're the type that doesn't want to play with anyone else and play it solo, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it too.
Yes, let us know in the Discord. Before we get into our next segment, I do just want to mention anybody that's with us here in chat, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to us. And when this is over with the Ducky races, you'll be entered into that. But yeah,
Yeah, there's quite a few people that are new here. I've
yes,
been recruiting.
but yeah,
How do you do it with the sub?
yeah, you just gotta subscribe. But let's get into sales.
Oh, that's
So for this week, I'm gonna go first because I actually have something to recommend.
oh,
Yeah, it's something different, a couple of different games. So the first game, and these first two games I've actually already bought. I can't wait to play them. The first game is called Mad Games Tycoon. It is usually $30, but right now it is $9. It is a simulation management game, uh, and it looks like it's an idle game. This game, it's Mad Games Tycoon. It kind of looks like a well, I mean, it's a sim game, but it's like you have your own arcade, and customers come in and they pay for they play the games, give you money, you build a bigger arcade, so on and so forth. It looks like a phone port game, and that may or may not be a knock, depending upon who you are. Personally, I love the stupid idle games on the phone. I've played so many of them. I don't know what it is about them, but I absolutely love them. So when I saw this, I'm like, I gotta play it. And then along the same lines is Mad Tower Tycoon, also $9 down from 30. This is a management game. This looks like there was an older game called Sim Tower. I don't know if anyone's ever played that. It's by the same people as Sim City, but it's a tower. In this you try to build a hotel, and you have to have all the different like apartments and whatnot. Well, this just looks like that, but probably worse. Be warned though, it has one unobtainable, so that is a problem. But whatever, I don't care. And then the last game, Monopoly Madness. It's half off, $15 down from 30. This looks like Monopoly mixed maybe with Mario Party, kind of like the Mario Party mini games. I don't know. It looks like just chaos while trying to play Monopoly. It's kind of hard to explain. I would just watch a clip. It looks like a lot of fun, and I'm a big Monopoly fan. My family, we play it quite often, so something like this is kind of piqued my interest. I want to try it. L, what would you like to recommend?
yeah. There's a lot of stuff on sale this week. That's interesting. There's a lot of season passes. There's a lot of backwards compatible games. A lot of Windows games. The Back for Blood annual pass is 20 down from 40. So Just
Hey,
Dance is
Prue, make sure you get
$20
that.
down for 50. Prue's gonna buy it for us. He said.
Mm.
Well, um, something I was discussing with Nate is the Saints Row DLCs. Now these are the 360 season passes for Saints Row the Third and Saints Row 4, and I believe they were both games with gold. So everyone has these games. And
I
Shell
do.
and I had done the third game, not the fourth one, and the season passes were only $5 to begin with, but for whatever reason they are 75% off. They are $1.24 each,
Dang.
and they come with all the DLC you need to complete the game. As I've been informed, you don't get everything, but if you were to buy this stuff individually, they're way more than this $1.24. So the Saints Row the Third and Saints Row 4 season passes are $1.24 each.
And
I
the
got the one for Saints Row 4 yesterday. I got it, and you just boot up the game, and it works really well in backwards compatible. You click on it, and then you just have to, and then it gets added to your queue for the one, and then it'll download.
And the Saints Row 2 DLC is also available, not with the season pass, but you can get each. There's two DLCs you have to download or buy.
Oh.
I think they're like
We need
$2
those.
each. Yeah, they're also on sale. I think they're $2 each. So
Cool. Oh, lots of good stuff.
All right. How about you, Michelle? What would you like to recommend?
I would like to recommend Puyo Puyo Champions because it's a puzzle game, and we all know that I enjoy puzzle games. But it's also only $1.99, down from $9.99. It has a really scary looking TA score. It's worth 5,796 TA for its 1,000 gamer score. However, it's not that it's hard, it's a little bit grindy and it has multiplayer achievements. Puyo Puyo is fun. If you've played it, you know what you're getting into. I've always enjoyed those games. It's a great game if you're looking to, do preloading for some contest or other. And I certainly can help anyone who winds up getting this with the multiplayer stuff. Also, for any of the things that seem like they're the more difficult ones in terms of the ratio, there are guides that have videos that showcase like how you can set up the Puyos to pop in certain ways. So definitely recommend that, especially at that price. $2 is well worth it for sure. And then secondarily, I would like to recommend Dungeons and Dragons Chronicles of Mystara. This is $2.99 from its normal
Yes.
$14.99. It is both a beat 'em up and a collection
Meh.
game, as it contains two Dungeons and Dragons beat 'em up games, and it's a beat 'em up. It's pretty fun actually. There is an annoying achievement where you have to collect all the different items that drop throughout the two games. But as much as it's a little annoying to do, it's actually really fascinating to see how you go about getting these different items and kind of shows off how there's actually a fair deal of depth between the games that are included. It is a 12 to 15 hour completion. It's 200 pointer, right, Al? I should have
Either
made
200 or
sure to
400.
check. Yeah, but it's an Xbox Live Arcade
Probably
game,
200.
so it's on, so it's a 400 pointer. But $3, this is very worth it. This was I enjoyed my time with this one as well. It does have
4-player.
right. It does have co-op. It is both
Games pop for everyone. Yeah.
online and offline. Stuff pops for everybody. So another good one. You can get these two very solid games for less than $5. That's a good deal. It's a good week in sales.
All right. And Nate, what would you like to recommend?
Just going back really quickly to correct myself on the Saints Row 2 stuff. One of the DLCs is $1.74. That's Corporate Warfare, and the other is Ultor Exposed, and that's $2.50. So, yes, I was wrong, but only by 25 cents total. So, yeah, they're pretty cheap. You might want to get them now.
Are those the only two you need for achievements?
Yes, for Saints Row 2, yes. So, check that out if you want the completion that you're probably never going to do, but you don't want to have to complain about the DLC being too expensive later. Do it now. So games that I'm going to recommend that are not Saints Row 2 or Saints Row 3 or 4. Tohu is $7.50, down from $15. It is a point and click that Fufu will hate. It's also labeled as puzzle adventure, and TA estimates 2 to 3 hours. Then there's Foreclosed, which is $6, so a little pricey, down from 20. It's a third-person shooter. It looks interesting. I'm not sold on it yet. I want to check it out. Possibly, and I do like third-person shooters, so I'm kind of hoping that it's good. And lastly, Soul Seraph is $3.75, down from 15. It is a platformer strategy, tower defense, real-time kitchen sink, 6 to 8 hour estimate, and it looks interesting, and hopefully it's good. It's $3.75, and it's a tower defense, so I'm doing it. There's no question about that, but hopefully it'll be a good decision.
Yeah, I'm looking this game up now. This looks interesting. I have no idea on that one.
And I should mention that Tohu, it is a point and click, and it looks really good. The graphics look great. It's cartoony. It's cartoony, but it does look like it's fun. So I'm interested in that one, for sure.
All right. All right. Well, it is August, and that means that Games with Gold has been released. So, all through the month of August, on the Xbox One side, you can get the kitty game Calico. I believe Corey streamed this a long time ago. And then August 16th to September 15th, you can get Scourgebringer. And then on the Xbox 360 side, from August 1st to 15th, you can get Saints Row 2. And then from August 16th to the 31st, you can get Monaco, What's Yours Is Mine. And I believe...
Someone carry me, please.
This is the second to the last month of 360 games, I believe. Next month, or no, actually, I think we have it through October, I believe. I don't know, something like that. This is one of the
Either way,
final
it's
three
the end is
at the least.
nigh on this.
Yeah. So yeah, be sure to pick those games up. They're free. Why not? Also, speaking of free, we have some stuff has been added to Game Pass, available right now. You can get some perks for Fall Guys, the coconut milk costume, yay! And also, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands has been added. I can't remember if that one was a good one or not. Added to Game Pass the day of that this drops. Oh God, what is this? Shenzhen IO for the PC, and Turbo Golf Racing on cloud console and cloud PC and Xbox Series X and S. This game sounds interesting. Next Tuesday is the big hitter for me. 2 Point Campus, cloud console and PC. I cannot wait for that game. August 11th, Cooking Simulator, cloud console and PC. Be warned though, there are 3 unobtainables in the DLC. Completionists beware. Also on the 11th is Expeditions Rome and Off-World Trading Company. Both those games are PC. August 23rd is Midnight Fight Express. And on August 30th is Immortality. Yeah, kind of a mediocre month. There's a couple of good games, at least for me anyway. And then with that, we have a couple of games that are going to be removed on August 15th. Those are Boyfriend Dungeon, Curse of the Dead Gods, Library of Ruina, and Train Sim World 2. Just as a reminder, as always, if you want these games, you can buy them for 20% off while they are still in Game Pass. And I believe DLC 2 is also 20% off. Yeah, that's the Game Pass news. Hopefully I'll be getting some more in a couple of weeks. And then I guess with that, we will go to contests. That'll be our gamer tag contest. Nate, take it away.
So last month, the Gamertag challenge was for Hawkeye Berry 20. His wild card was any new achievement or previous completion in Fall Guys was worth 1 bonus draw. And the bonus was Fall Guys, Guise, where achievements with the letters F, A, L, and L in that order, but they don't have to be consecutive. And then we had a bonus for whoever could create the longest string between the first L and the last L. And the achievement name would take the crown. And they'd get 10 bonus draws. Yes, Al?
You told me I
He
won.
made a bad joke.
No, you didn't win. No, you obviously didn't.
Oh,
It's obvious by now. So just looking at the stats, because everybody loves stats, the common achievements used for the Fall Guys were, not surprisingly, I guess, all from Fall Guys. There was Fall Throttle, which is worth 12 points.
goodness.
There was Infallible from Fall Guys. We had that 6 times. That was entered across everybody. And that's for winning 5 episodes in a row. Then there was Fall Bay from Fall Guys. There were 4 entries of that. That's sharing a hug with a Fall Guy. There was Fall Throttle. Oh, I mentioned that. That was used 3 times. I didn't say what it was. And that's for reaching terminal velocity. Then, not a Fall Guys game, finally getting along from 2 people. And that's from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge, where you're cheering up Raph
fantastic game.
while playing as Casey Jones. We had 38 participants, 396 letters, 14 tags were spelled in completion. There were 14 wildcards entered. There were 47 valid bonuses entered, so good job, with 605 total draws. Our longest string, unfortunately, was from someone who did not complete the gamer tag, so that was invalid. However, it's pretty long, so we're going to mention it. That was Alex R. Davies with a 34 character length achievement for Forzathon cleaning up the festival. And that is from Forza Horizon 3, but it didn't win because it wasn't valid. Who did win with the extra bonus ended up being a tie.
Don't say it.
it ended up being a tie between Saucy Slingo and What the Fug. They
Oh,
both
no.
had Finally Getting Along from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. That was worth 18 points. So that was our max. I lied. That was another common achievement from those two guys. The first place actually was a tie between Crunchy Goblin and Freemhole with 19. They
Nice.
smashed the 18 record, and that was for Half Truths and Whole Lies from Murdered Soul Suspect, and Tales from the Mystical Lands, which is from Raji. Our winner, after all that stat, let's get to the winner, is Northern Lass. And
Oh,
she
she
had
did it.
she did it again.
Hey.
She did it again. She's a consistent gamertag challenge completionist. She almost always finishes the gamertag and puts in a whole bunch of bonuses and the wild card. This time she had the gamertag completion, the wild card, and 5 bonuses, and her max length was 12. So she didn't get the 10 extra crowns, but she got 12 bonus points. So
Nice.
congratulations
Congrats.
to Northern Lass. Next month, which is this month, is our gamertag challenge is for Sabin Rothschild. This wildcard game is any new achievement or previous completion by Obsidian Entertainment is worth 1 bonus draw, and the bonus is how much more black. Achievements with the word black or isle/island, that's worth 1 bonus draw per achievement.
Cool. Congratulations, Northern Lass. Reach out to us and we will get you your prize. And speaking of prizes, we have our patron drawing for the month. Now, if you don't know, we have our Patreon, patreon.com/achievementhunting101. If for all those that support us, you get entered into a random draw to win an Xbox gift card. And this month's lucky winner is MDP.
Nice.
Congratulations,
nice.
buddy.
Congrats.
Thank you for supporting the show. When you hear this, let me know and I'll get you your code. And thank you to all of our patrons that help us keep this going. And with that, let's get into some brags. Take it away, Michelle.
Okay. We have Beast Middle up first in completions with 250 completed games. This is a new name for me to read. Whispering Clown has reached 400 completed games. Neo has reached 450 completed games. Sir Polygon at 550 completed games. Yinga Garten at 900 completed games. RPG Davy and Dave Bottom have reached 950 completed games. And we have another pair of same completions between Inferno 118 and Elroy OMJ, who have both reached 1,200 completions. Congratulations, everyone.
In streaks, we have Freemhole with 50 days, AS Unknown 1 with 350 days, Sadek also with 350 days, Benel 72 with 500, Northern Lass with 700 days, Jeremy DJ with 1,050 days, and celebrating a 1-year achievement win streak is Redemption Denied.
Ooh. Good old Redemption.
All right. And in gamer score, Shadowless Edge has hit 850,000 gamer score. A Gray Shark has hit 1 million gamer score. Congratulations on hitting the million club. And Triple Triad 777 has hit 1.2 million gamer score.
Man, I just want to say, I was checking out the Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl roster, and only Leonardo and Michelangelo are in the game, and not Raphael and Donatello. Who's responsible for this travesty?
Well, at least they
Just
put the
wanted to
2
know
good
that.
ones in.
It is pretty.
Yeah. Makes no sense.
No.
No.
Damn it.
I knew that would strike a nerve.
In leaderboards, Bluttery Chicken is in the top 500 of the TA difference leaderboard for survival. Jimbutt UK is number 1 in TA leaderboard for cycling. RPG Davy, who needs a new name, I guess, is second in the gamerscore leaderboard for tennis. Sabin Rothschild is in the top 200 of the TA difference leaderboard for role-playing plus turn-based. Is Fall Guys on one of those? I don't think so. Sir Polygon, who I bribed to come in the Twitch, is in number 20 in the top 20 of the USA completed games leaderboard for Connect Required. That's pretty damn good. And second in the completed games leaderboard for On Rails. And we have a write-in brag straight to my DMs from Umplebeast. He says, I forgot to tag you in brag camp, but I'm currently in position 69 on the Florida Gamerscore leaderboard. Well, thank you for
Nice.
that, Umplebeast. There's nothing
Nice.
else better than I would like to see. Oh, yeah. Nice. Almost forgot.
I wonder if that Twitch command. still
Thank you for
works.
that, for sliding into my DMs with the 69. That'll be the first and only time that ever happened.
All right.
That's old.
All right. Well, with
Some
that,
water. You
I
can
do
pause
need
for some
some water.
drinks, Kenny.
we're about to end, and then I can go get some
Ah.
drinks. All right. Well, yes, that will do
All right.
it for us this week.
Look.
Thank you all
Subscribe.
for that has been in chat with us. If you don't know, we are live on Twitch right now. We go live the first Tuesday of every single month to do this, and periodically in between there we stream games or whatever. Twitch.tv/AH101. Please give us a follow, drop a sub. You know, if you got an Amazon Prime, you can sub to us for free. It's free, and it only helps us. You know, you want to better your favorite podcast. If you want to send us a Twitter tweet, you can do so on the Twitter at Achievements101. I said it before, patreon.com/achievementhunting101. Thank you to all of our patrons that do help support us and keep this going, grow the community, be able to do more contests. And, you know, if you want to be part of that community, discord.io/AH101. We've got all kinds of stuff going on over there, all kinds of channels, random conversations and whatnot. It is the place to be. And then last but not least, if you want to rewatch this, or if you're listening to this as a podcast, you know what, man, I wish I could have saw all their pretty faces and their reactions while they were talking about that. Well, you can go on over to YouTube/AchievementHunting101 and check out the VOD, and also the VODs on all the other shows that we do and game reviews. And I mean, you can listen to the podcast there if you're that kind of a person. But yeah. But anyway, thank you all for those that are listening. Class is dismissed. On to the Ducky races. Screw you, Saucy.
Saucy said about 500 things in chat and finally said something funny.
I don't tan. I burn. And that's where I'm going to end this recording. Phew.
All right, you got to set up those ducky races. Get those right names in there.
Class dismissed. Bye, everybody.
Nate, where do you get that list?
The new host.
How about everybody just type bang Ducky? So exclamation point Ducky, kind of like that.
Dickies,
Do
yes.
that in the next minute or two, then we'll get you entered.
Dicky,
Well,
Ducky.
However
Ducky.
long it takes for Kenny to go get some water and come back.
Oh,
It's right here.
Let's drink another
Oh,
pizza.
Well, then we're done. All right,
Ah,
cool.
All right.
drink another
Yeah,
pizza.
when Nate sends me that list, I'll get it. Actually,
Yeah, we'll give them another minute. Make sure everybody
So-
types in keyword.
Neo says that they used to have tease a real pale friend about getting moon burns during a full moon. Is that you, Kenny?
Ha! I haven't heard about a moon burn in a while. Yes, that's me. It's okay. So this is how bad it is. Like, if I'm like outside grilling and the grill is too hot, I feel like I'm getting a sunburn. It's so bad.
Yeah.
There's a reason why I play video games and I don't play sports, and it's because sunblock. I hate putting sunblock on, so I stay
It has
inside.
nothing
and
to do
avoid
with your
that.
level of athleticism at all. Just it has to do
I'm
with the sun.
Decent at least, at least basketball. I'm not good. I'm not going to ever say I'm
Oh,
good.
okay.
Your type is not good at basketball. You're kind. You people.
let's.
All right. I think we've got.
And
all
by
our
that, I mean
entrants.
people in Baltimore.
All right, so I'm going to do a very crude Ducky race display for Twitch. I will have this.
Yeah, you shouldn't keep your tabs open when you're researching furries.
Oh, my bad. Here, let me close that out.
Educational reasons only.
All right. Let me throw that back up over there.
Yeah, there's like 6 people that are going to be in the Ducky race, apparently. Come on, people. Oh,
I mean, that's fine.
No,
Just
there's more
gives
than
you-
that.
It's more than that.
you get more people, more chances for this AH101 to hit.
Yeah, it's 12 people. And the age 101, 13. Lucky number 13.
All right, let's put these people in.
Let's get that list in there and let's see that we got everybody.
All right,
people
so
have the
we
last
have
chance.
Ace Phoenix by 571, Jay Black, Kingsman, KT Echo, Nerdy Neo, Night Wolf, Restek, Saucy, Sir Polygon, Umple Beast, and What the Fug.
How
This is
dare
the
you
last
use
call.
Comic
I see
Sans.
Wild West in chat. Is it Wild West in the?
You didn't enter the phrase. You got to enter the phrase.
Yo, wait, I
Yeah.
thought this was for subs.
Well, if it's subs, then we have to change things.
No,
up.
wait. I don't
Well,
know.
we usually do a present and
supposed
then
to
a
be.
subs, right?
Yeah.
It's for this now. I don't even remember.
This is the people present at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wild West, are you in? You have to type exclamation point Ducky, because these are the rules. Apparently.
It's the easy way to get the names out of the system. Otherwise, we have to hunt
Of course.
and type. Yep.
3. Fog's counting down for us. 2, 1. All right. List is done.
Now, if all 12 of you type 1, then okay.
Set. No, wait. I gotta do 1 minute.
Retstech says, I don't know why I always read What the Fug as White Fug.
It's not wrong.
Hey, Black. Now,
Well,
where's
that's
Black
what it is
Buff?
now.
Black Buff, change your name to Black Fug.
No, they got to balance each other. It's fine.
Set. All right. Oh, there it is. Shuffle characters. I'm like, all right, we'll give it a few shuffling. All right, 1 minute on the clock.
go.
And let's go. Starting off is Restak in the red ducky with a purple mohawk. Very nice. I don't think we've seen that ducky before. Starting off with a commanding lead, not always a good thing. We got a couple of naked duckies of Nerdy Neo, Night Wolf, Saucy Slingo, Kingsman. What the fuck? Where are your clothes? It looks like buy 571. Guys, put a costume on. Put some clothes on. How dare you go out in this naked? Sir Polygon in the constitutionalist hairstyle. Out in front, Nerdy Neo starting to pick up into first
Or
place.
Washington, as you would say.
Or Washington. Yes, Washington hat.
George Washington.
15 seconds to go. Most people are holding strong. Kingsman. Oh, can you do it or will you fail at the 99 percentile? 8 seconds. 7, 6. Looks like a couple of people are pulling up ahead. Oh, is that AH101 deck going to do it?
here we
No.
go.
It is going to be Sir Polygon with the Washington hairstyle.
No.
Way to go, Sir Polygon.
Wow.
Well done.
Newbie luck.
Well done, Sir Polygon.
And you are in chat now.
Oh, Jables has arrived. Yes, Washington. Don't they teach you anything in Canada, Jables? Of course it's
Kingsman.
Washington. What? Oh, Kingsman self-deprecating. I love it.
Oh, man. Nerdy Neo. Okay, maybe it was on a live and it wasn't in the actual podcast. I say Washington. I don't know what it is, but people around me, we say "warsh." I so like
It's just
over there
regional
is my
dialect.
washing machine. I wash my clothes in that. I go to Washington D.C. or Washington State. And the funny thing is, growing up, because I say "warsh," it actually really messed me up whenever I had to write that because WARSH is not how you spell that word.
So we're gonna go ahead and do the
Oh, man.
subscriber draw.
Yep, I'm gonna change the requirements
Subscriber
here so you can get just
rates.
subscribers.
Okay.
All right, sir.
All right, I think I've got
Ooh,
just our
I
subscribers
almost
here.
did that. I forgot I was streaming this, so
Okay,
I do not want to bring up our codes list.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that.
That was
Little-
almost
li-
really bad.
A little bigger giveaway than we intended.
Some of you almost got some free codes. Let's see. I will do this on my phone instead.
Wild West is offering up a code.
Ooh.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's a prize. Maybe
What do
it's
people have to
a
do?
naked. Maybe it's another naked ducky. I don't know what it is. Is it suntan lotion for foof? Or a tanner?
I am born and raised in Baltimore. I'm still in Baltimore. I don't know. Just around here, people say "warsh."
Whoa.
Warsh.
Who do you want to be eligible for that, Wild West?
All right, give me 1 second. Let me grab.
If you send that code directly to me, Wild West, we will definitely distribute it.
Yeah, if Saucy leaves, then we can give that out. Oh, wait. Catster is learning us some things. Arsh.
Yeah, I'm like an hour from Fufu. I don't say Warsh. So you know. They
Very dominant characteristic of
very
what linguists
specific.
call America's Midland accent. Taking in Maryland, Southern Pennsylvania. All right, so you sound like in Kentucky, and that's all you need to know.
All right, Sir Polygon. I'm going to message you right now with your code. Why are you not pop? Oh, there you go. Okay. Like, I know you're in the Discord. Why aren't you showing up?
Did you send Polygon that 25 random letters that I told you to send him?
What?
Nothing.
Let's see. Race again. Clear.
I'm still recording. Is that bad? Me.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I've already exported and put mine in the Dropbox.
Could I?
or
Oh God, what the?
Whatever we
heck
use
just
now.
happened there?
All right, so where are
This is the
our
fastest
Twitch
that Fufu
subs
has
list?
ever sent a code. Congratulations, Polygon.
This is
That's why
true.
I'm doing it right now.
Yeah,
So I
you
don't
get it
forget.
now.
You're listening to it, so you know you won. I can just go ahead and do it.
Problem is you have to know regions too. So I can't just
Oh, God.
just slap my U.S. code if it's
He's
the wrong
from
region.
All right,
East
now fawn for the
Croatia.
for subscribers.
Yeah, that's why I would save it till right after.
Oh,
but-
come on. Why can't Aaron and George be eligible?
It's the second one list, right, Nate?
The second list, yeah, everything below the equal line those are subscribers. Twitch subscribers.
All right, we'll do one for the subscribers.
I'm
And
Polygon.
throw an
Subscribe to-
AH101 in there too.
Subscribe to Twitch now. You
Yep.
could be a double winner.
Done. Let's do a 1 minute one again.
That looks like the old list. Is that the
Yeah,
same?
that's
That
not.
doesn't look
that's
right.
not-
That was the original list.
Yeah, that's definitely
No,
not the same people.
it's
That's
different.
definitely not right.
It's,
That's all our subscribers.
No,
No, that's the same list.
that's not right.
that's
Yeah,
what
that's-
I'm seeing
That is
from
the same list.
That is what I'm seeing from the giveaways page.
Yeah, it is a different list. I think. Yeah.
No, that's the
Because
same exact
Wild
people that
West
are
is
here.
on this where he wasn't in the last one.
Oh yeah, because Umple Beast is on here too, or not Umple.
No, it's the same people.
No, it's barely different. That can't be all of our subs. Unless it's all the subs that are live with us right now.
Yeah. According to the tools I have, that's what we got.
Oh, well. Well, this is going to be it. All right, we're going to shuffle around. Until, let's see. What duckies? Oh, there's an alien ducky. That's new. We're going to go with this set. All right, and they... Oop, can I get this a little bit better? And they are off. All right. And who's the... Oh, the AH-101 is the alien ducky. Even better. A new ducky, and it's the AH-101. That is good juju. Unfortunately, he is also right out of the start. Is in second place now in first. Not too good. Maybe we won't get a double. All right. KT Echo also out front with a, what is that on your side? Oh, it's a Statue of Liberty ducky. I've also haven't seen that one. That's a good one too. By 571, decides to be naked again. Doesn't want to play dress up. Out
Come
in
on,
front
White
in
Fug.
second. Ace Phoenix, you know you're in a race, right? You got to go forward, not back. Come on, buddy. You got to pick up. 15 seconds to go. Nerdy Neo holding pretty strong in third place with a rainbow ducky or toucan or whatever crap that is. I don't actually know. All right. Now 5 seconds. Who's going to do it? Who's going to speed up? Coming out from the back, it is Wild West 24 with the mermaid costume ducky.
Did he just win his own gift card?
Very nice.
No, that was the
No.
That was for the sub.
Oh,
Yeah, that was for the sub giveaway.
That was the sub giveaway.
So let me get yours now.
so that's definitely Ariel. Under the sea, under the sea.
All right, Polygon. I see that yours had a problem. I will double check.
Take it from me.
Yeah, I'd say just do the codes after, not while you're trying to do everything
Yeah,
else.
it's a terrible idea.
Trying
All
to
right.
juggle too much.
Now, Wild West, we have the $25 gift card. How do we want to do this? Do we want to wait until
5th anniversary.
the 10th anniversary? Hold on to that for 6 more. Hold on to that for 6 more years.
Christmas.
You want to just draw it from the people here again?
12 days of Christmas.
Or do you want to hold on to it for something else?
That's a really good prize. I feel like we can think of something really good for that. Let's hold on to that, and we'll think of something good. We'll be in touch with you. It's a very generous prize. You can get more. Wild West has just made of money.
Did you win the Powerball?
You win Illinois.
What state are you from?
Was it you?
2 $25 gift
If
cards.
so,
if you
I'm
win
going to
that.
keep that $10 gift card. You don't need it if you won the Powerball.
Oh.
I fix people's hearts. So are you a cardiologist or a marriage counselor?
Or both.
You're like a heart
the-
rocket surgeon.
Or Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz.
That's terrible.
I mean,
All right, I'm going to go ahead and hide that because we're
not
not
any more than I usually say.
no more ducky races for tonight. All right.
Thank you very much for that, Wild West. That's awesome of you.
Mm-hmm.
And congratulations on your win.
Right? This saucy. Fug has a broken heart. All right. Yeah, well, thank you all for joining us again. This was a lot of fun. Everyone listening, go download As Dusk Falls, play it in multiplayer. That'll be the big takeaway.
Share your experiences. Yep.
All right, and hopefully I'll have some more of these.
Talk about it, Nate. Now that you finished Borderlands 3. Ugh.
Yeah, that was gross. They stretched that.
Didn't even
way too
talk
long.
about it. That's how gross it was, right? See?
Why? Yeah.
Or he's saving it for another show. For when he has nothing else to talk about.
No, I would just say they stretched it too long.
Serious? That game.
That doesn't sound like him.
Why not both?
I haven't played. That is the only game I've really played in the series.
Thanks, The Rock.
And just as a reminder, just because you listen to the show now doesn't mean you shouldn't download the podcast, because we'll probably have one of the Achievement Fest interviews, and I'm sure that'll be a lot of fun. So don't want to miss that.
Yep.
Yeah. Either
He
way,
did finish Shredder's Revenge, you're right. And Undertow. He definitely sat there by himself and played Undertow.
thank
over and
you
over.
all
I
for
know it's
joining
him.
us, and we are out.
How dare you?
See you guys.
All right. Good night.
Bye, bye, bye.